Hello everyone, in this video we are going to look into the introduction to general reading in the IELTS General Reading section. Now in the overview, the general module of the IELTS reading test comprises of 3 texts with a combined word count of around 2150 to 2750 words. The texts are typically sourced from materials encountered in daily life, for example, advertisements, notices, company handbooks, newspapers, and magazines. It consists of 3 sections with a total of 40 questions and lasts for 60 minutes. Now let us look into the test structure. The type of text. The general training reading section emphasizes practical and everyday reading skills, focusing on text individuals might encounter in work, social, or daily life situations rather than academic or specialized contexts. Now let us see what are the different type of texts. The first, it can be in relation to personal correspondence. These texts include letters, emails, or notes exchanged in personal or informal contexts such as invitations, friendly emails, or postcards. So this is in relation to the personal correspondence. Now let us look into the next one, which is notices or announcements. The texts that provide information about events, services, or public announcements, typically found in the public spaces, newspapers, or online platforms. Examples include advertisements, job postings, or public notices. The next is in relation to instructional guides. Texts that offer step-by-step instructions or guidance on performing specific tasks such as manuals, recipes, or instructions for assembling products. So this is in relation to instructional guides. So some passages can be based on that. Now next one is publications. The extracts from publications like magazines, newspapers, or catalogs focusing on topics of general interest such as travel articles, lifestyle features, or health advice columns. So this can be one of the types which comes under the IELTS General Training Reading section. Forms or application documents. So this is another type of passage which can come, that is in form of text. The extracts from various forms, applications, or official papers commonly used in administrative or professional settings such as application forms, surveys, or official notices. The next being narratives or descriptives. Passages that involve storytelling or vivid descriptions of places, events, or experiences, providing a narrative or descriptive context related to everyday life. So this can be one of the types of texts which can appear in the IELTS General Training Reading section. Now let us go on to the number of passages and the length of the passage. In the IELTS General Reading section, there are typically 3 reading passages. Each passage is followed by a set of questions that assesses different reading skills and comprehension levels. Candidates are required to read and comprehend the information presented in these passages in order to answer the associated questions. The 3 passages in the IELTS academic reading test vary in length and difficulty. Generally, passage 1 is less complex compared to passages 2 and 3, which tend to be more challenging in terms of vocabulary, sentence structure, and the content. So you need to be careful in relation to managing of the time in relation to 1, 2, and 3 passages. So let us go on to the next one, which is itself the question distribution and time. Each passage is accompanied by a set of around 13 to 14 questions, making a total of 40 questions across the 3 passages. The candidates are expected to manage their time effectively to read the passages and answer the corresponding questions within the allocated time of 60 minutes for the entire reading section. So you are allotted only 60 minutes, which is 1 hour in relation to the reading section. So you need to complete all 3 passages within that given time and answer all the 40 questions. Yes, now let us move on to the next, which is the type of questions. Okay, so what are the question types? Let us look into the same. The first one being multiple choice. Here you are given a question and a set of options, usually 3 to 4. You have to choose the correct answer from the given options. Now let us look into the example. Here's an example. So the question is, what is the main idea of the passage? And the options are the importance of renewable energy resources, the history of fossil fuels, the impact of climate change on wildlife, and the benefits of nuclear energy. So depending upon the passage, you need to answer the question. Now here's just an example of the question type, which is multiple choice. The next one which you can expect, the type of question, is matching information. So here you are required to match items or statements from the text to options given, such as matching headings, features, or statements to paragraphs or sections in the text. So here is an example. Match the statements below with the correct paragraph in the text. So the statements are advantages of working remotely, challenges of remote work. So these are the statements, and the paragraphs which you can associate them with. The example which is given here is A, paragraph discussing the benefits of flexible working hours, and B, paragraph describing the difficulties in maintaining team collaboration. So this is just an example in form of which you can receive in the reading section. The next type of question which can appear is the true, false, not given. This is one of the frequently asked question in the IELTS reading section. Here you need to determine if the information in the given statement requires or it matches the information in the passage. So the information in the given statement matches the information in the passage. For example, let's look at a statement. The company was established in 1995, and the options are as follows. So if you select true if the statement agrees with the information in the passage. You select the option false if the statement contradicts the information in the passage, and you select the option not given if the information is not stated or unclear in the passage. So this is one of the question which is frequently asked, so you need to get yourself thorough with this type of question in order to score well in the IELTS exam. We do provide training and coaching in IELTS preparation. If you wish to inquire in relation to the same, you can contact us on the numbers flashing on the screen above. Let us move on to the video, which is the next type of question is sentence completion. Now here it is, you will be asked to fill in the blanks with words or phrases taken directly from the passage. For example, complete the sentence with words from the passage. So this is how you will be asked in relation to sentence completion. Now the example which is given ahead, which states as follows: the main character's primary motivation was to dash in his father's footsteps and become a renowned scientist. So this is an example of sentence completion, okay, with a blank. So there will be just a sentence with a blank, and you will have to fill it out by reading the passage in the question. The next type of question which can appear is summary, note, table, or flowchart completion. So it can be in any form. It can be in form of a summary, or it can be in form of a note with blanks. It can be a table with blanks, or a flowchart. So let us see what will be asked in this type of questions. So fill in the missing information in the summary, notes, a table, or a flowchart using details from the passage. For example, see, example is given here in relation to a table. Complete the table below with the relevant information from the passage. So here there is a table form. There is one column, there is date, and another column there is event. So there is date is mentioned, and you have to complete the event. So in 1856, the birth of dash. So you need to complete the same by using words in the passage. And there is another year, 1888, and the discovery of dash. So you need to again fill in this type of blanks by reading the passage. So that was an example of table completion. Here you can see an example of a flowchart completion. So this is an example here. Okay, so you will, if you get this type of format, then you can understand that it's a flowchart. There is a flowchart with blanks, so you can see the numbers here which are asking you to fill out the blanks in relation to the flowchart. So there are numbers, so there is number 20, then there is number 21, then there is, here you can see there is number 22, and then there is number 23 here, you can just see, and then there is 24, and then there is 25. So these are the different question forms. Okay, so there are blanks, so you need to fill in this flowchart by reading the passage. So this is one of the example, and the next one is in relation to short answer questions. So here you will provide brief answers using words from the text, usually within a word limit. Okay, so there will be a word limit which will be provided to you. So they will ask you to fill out, to answer only in one word, or it can be not more than 2 words or not more than 3 words. So you need to follow the instructions when you are asked the same. So there is an example here. Let us see what are the 3 main reasons given in the passage for the decline of bee populations. So you need to identify it in the passage and write accordingly as per the word count as your answer. Yes, so that is about the short answers. Now let us go on to the next type of question, which is in form of matching headings and paragraphs. So match paragraphs to appropriate headings or titles. For example, match the headings to the paragraphs in the passage. So you will be given a list of headings with, there will be different paragraphs in the passage, so you need to choose the right title. So choosing a title. So here there is an example. Select a suitable title for a passage or section of the text. For example, choose the most appropriate title for the passage. Okay, so A, environmental changes, and B is human impact on ecosystems. So after reading the passage, you need to identify which is the closest title as per you. Yes, and select the option. The next is classifying or categorizing the information. Organize information into categories based on the passage. For example, classify the given list of inventions into categories according to their historical periods mentioned in the passage. So this can be one of the questions which can be asked. Now let us go on to the summary. So let's sum up. Now what did we learn in this video is, to sum up, the IELTS General Training Reading section consists of passages drawn from everyday materials evaluating candidates' abilities to understand and interpret information in various practical contexts. Yes, now these passages totaling approximately 2,500 words cover everyday topics such as advertisements, notices, letters, and newspapers articles. Each passage is accompanied by 13 to 14 questions that assesses a range of reading skills including multiple choice, matching information, true false not given, assertions, and sentence completion, and more. The candidates must efficiently manage their time within the 60 minutes time frame to read, comprehend, and accurately correspond to the questions. So you need to understand that you will be given only 60 minutes to read, to comprehend, and to accurately respond to the questions and enter the answers into the answering sheet or type the answers in case it's a computer delivered test. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. If you would like to have more information on this type of content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.